Hello children, you like flowers? Yes. Why you like flowers? You like flowers because flowers make us happy. They give us beautiful fragrance and they comes in different color, different sizes. But actually what are flowers? Flowers are reproductive part of the plant and flower makes pollen. What is a pollen? Pollen is kind of a powder. The powder is usually yellow in color. Now flower use this pollen to make seeds, and this is done by the process called pollination. So the next lesson is lesson number 4, pollination. We will study in detail, but before that I want to show you one flower. Flower condition is very bad, only this was available in my garden today. Okay, children, now clearly see this green color is known as the sepal, whereas this red color are the petals. Now this yellow color, you can see yellow color, small dots, they are actually the pollens, and this you can see this tube going inside, that is the style of the flower. Now in detail we will study little later, but before that I want to tell you, give you one information that lesson number 1 PDF form of classwork assignment is given below the description, so do check it out. Lesson number 4, pollination. Yeah children, in front of your screen so many types of flowers are given. Can you tell me the name of those? Yes, first one is rose. Second one is hibiscus. You can also call it China rose. Third one is daisy. And the fourth one is, yes, it's water plant, lotus. And the last one is sunflower. So many beautiful flowers, beautiful colors, isn't it children? Flowers are attractive and most beautiful part of a plant. Different flowers are of different colors, shapes, sizes and fragrance. Flowers may be present singly or in group on a stem. Flowers are a reproductive part of a plant. Let's know different parts of a flower. Parts of the flower. A flower has many parts such as pedicel, receptacle, sepal, petals, stamen, carpels. Now very closely and nicely look at the diagram of the parts of the flower which is shown in the screen. Sepal, petals, stamen, carpels are the parts arranged in 4 whorls. Let us know more about these in details. First one is stamen. The stalk of a flower is called pedicel. The upper part of a pedicel is attached to the receptacle. And what is receptacle? It is the base of the flower. Sepal. The outermost whorl or set is composed of green leaf-like petals which protect the inner structure. Sepals are collectively known as clay. Petals. The next inner whorl or set is composed of brightly colored petals. In Hindi we say pattiyan. Being brightly colored petals attract insect for pollination. Petals are larger than sepals and are collectively known as corolla. Stamens. Stamens form the third whorl or set of a flower. This is called the male reproductive part of a flower and are collectively called androecium. Anther and filament are 2 parts of a stamen. The filament is a thread-like structure that supports anther. Anther contains pollen grains. Pollen grains have male gametes, that is sperms in them. Carpels. Carpels form the fourth whorl of a flower. They are called the female reproductive part of a flower and are collectively called gynosium. Carpel consists of three parts: stigma, style, and ovary. The base swollen part is called ovary. Ovary continues into a long tube called style and ends in a knob-like part at the top called stigma. The ovary contains ovules. Ovary develops into a fruit and ovules becomes seeds. Flower paths are organized in circles called whorls. Children, you need to look very carefully at the diagram. Now the very inner part is known as carpel, the inner circle. Okay. Then it is stamen, then called petal, and last is the green part, that is the sepal. I am sure you are clear with the parts of the flower. Okay. Types of flower. Depending on the presence of four whorls, flowers are of two types. First one is a complete and another is incomplete flower. Now complete flower has all the four whorls: calyx, corolla, androecium and gymnasium. It is called a complete flower. Example, China rose, or you can say hibiscus also. Incomplete flower. In this type of flower, one or more whorl is absent. It is called an incomplete one. Flowers of sweet corn, squash plant, all these are example of incomplete flower. Depending on the presence of male and female reproductive parts, flower can further be classified into two, that is unisexual and bisexual flowers. Unisexual or monosexual. Now this type of flower has either male or female reproductive organs. They are also termed as incomplete flowers. Flowers of papaya, corn, watermelon are example of unisexual flowers. Bisexual flowers. The flowers in which both male and female reproductive organs are present are called bisexual flowers. They are also termed as complete flowers. For example, lily, hibiscus, mustard, etc. are example of bisexual flowers. Manual removal of stamen is called emasculation. Emasculation is a technique to remove stamen before they mature. Actually, it is done to prevent self-pollination in flower. Now, self-pollination we will discuss in 2-3 slides later. Pollination and its process. Now, what is a pollination? Have you ever seen insects such as butterflies, bees, and moths visiting flowers? What do? The insects visit flowers to collect their food, that is nectar or the sweet juice from the flower. Also at the same time, they help in pollination. The process of transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma is called pollination. Pollination is the process that enables reproduction in plants. Types of pollination. There are two types of pollination. First is self-pollination and another is cross-pollination. First we will discuss the self-pollination. The picture is given below. Transfer of pollen grains from anther of a flower to stigma of the same flower on the same plant is called self-pollination. Self-pollination is also called autogamy. This is an economical process as agents of pollination are not involved. Cross-pollination. Transfer of pollen grains from anther of one flower to stigma of a flower of another plant. Children, I'm sure you would be clear now. Actually, cross-pollination from one flower to another one, and self-pollination from this, it happens in the same flower. Okay. Cross-pollination is also called as autogamy. External agents such as wind, water, insects are needed for cross-pollination. Agents of pollination. There are several ways for pollination to occur naturally. The conditions or organisms involved in pollination are known as agents of pollination. Now here in the picture you can see methods of pollination are clearly given. First is insect pollination, then wind pollination and water pollination. Let's study in detail now. Pollination by insects. When an insect visits a flower, the pollen grains stuck to the body of the insect. Now see the first picture here. The insect is sitting on the flower and pollen grain sticks to the body of the insect. Now the same insect flies and sits on the another flower. Now what happens? The pollen falls from insect to the stigma of the flower. Okay. Now why the insect is sitting on the flower? To suck the nectar. Okay. When the insect visits another flower of the pollen grains, the pollen grains get transferred, thus bringing out pollination. Now here two pictures are given. See, one butterfly sitting on the flower and another, the pollination is done with the help of a bird. Hummingbird is sucking the nectar from the flower. Insect pollinated flower shows the following characteristics. Flowers are brightly colored to attract insects. Flower produce scent that attracts insects. Some flowers produce nectar. Insect visit flowers to collect nectar. Pollen grains are sticky and produce in less numbers. Dahlia, rose and sunflower. Pollination by wind. Pollen grains in some cases are carried by wind. Flowers in such cases show following characteristics. Pollen grains are light and dry and are produced in large numbers. Stigma is large and feathery to catch wind-carried pollen grains. Wheat, maize, palm and grasses are examples of pollination done by wind. Difference between insect and wind pollination. Now, insect pollinated flowers are very bright and very dark colored, very beautifully colored, whereas wind pollinated are never so bright. Now in insect pollinated, see, nectar and scent is present, then only the the insect will sit on the flower, whereas in wind pollinated there is no scent, no nectar. So that is why they are not pollinated by animals. So what happens? The wind carries them and then they get pollinated. Pollen grains of insect pollinated flowers are very sticky. That is why they stick on the parts of the insect. Whereas wind pollinated flowers are dry. Pollen grains of insect pollinated flowers are in less quantity, whereas wind pollinated are in large quantity. For example, here you would have seen, you will never see so many roses or so many hibiscus because they are less in quantity. Whereas if you go to a field and visit grains like such as wheat, and so you will find there's so large quantity. So they are because of the wind, they are in large quantity. Okay. Pollination done by water. Now this only takes place in water plants. Now like Hydrilla or Willisneria, this type of pollination, pollen grains are carried by water. You can clearly see in the picture here, the pollen grains are carried by water. Okay. Before fertilization, the transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma of a flower is necessary. This pollination is one of the most important steps for reproduction before fertilization. Your homework assignments. Here children, you need to learn your homework assignments. Certain keywords are given. Pedicel, that is the stalk of a flower. Calyx, collective term for sepals. Corolla, collective term for petals. Androecium, collective term for stamens. Gynoecium, collective term for carpels. Stigma, knob-like top portion of a carpel. Anther, part of stamen that contains pollen grains. Pollination, the process of transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma. Whorls, they are the pattern of spirals or concentric circles. Tick the correct answer. Which of the following is not considered as a whorl of a flower? Calyx, receptacle, corolla or gynoecium? Receptacle is the correct answer. Anther and filament are parts of stamen. Which of the following is not pollinated by wind? Pea. Which of the following plant does have bisexual flower? It's mustard. Fill in the blanks with correct word. Dash and ovary are parts of carpel. It's stigma and style. Second, in wind pollinated flowers, pollen grains are light, dry and are produced in large numbers. Third one, water, wind and insects are agents of pollination. Stamen consists of anther and filament. The complete flower has all 4 whorls. Name the following. Male reproductive part of a flower is stamen. The flowers have both stamens and carpels. They are known as complete flowers. Middle neck portion of a ovary is ovule. Transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma of a same flower is self-pollination. Classwork assignment. Please write down in your copy. Yeah children, now lesson number 4, pollination. These are the classwork assignments. Question number 1. What are the different parts of a flower? Different parts of a flower are pedicel, receptacle, sepal, petal, stamen and carpel. What is pollination? Discuss self and cross pollination. The process of transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma is called pollination. Self-pollination. Transfer of pollen grains from anther of a flower to stigma of the same flower of the same plant is called self-pollination. Cross-pollination. Transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma of a flower of another plant of the same species is called cross-pollination. Write the difference between unisexual and bisexual flowers. Unisexual flower. The flower in which either male or female reproductive organ are present are called unisexual flowers. They are also known as incomplete flowers. Examples are flowers of papaya, corn, watermelon. Bisexual flowers. The flower in which both male and female reproductive organs are present are called bisexual flower. They are also known as complete flower. Example, flowers of lily, hibiscus, mustard. What are the agents of pollination? How is insect pollination different from wind pollination? There are several ways of pollination to occur naturally. The conditions or organisms involved in pollination are called agents of pollination. Insect pollinated flowers. They are large and brightly colored. nectar is and scent is produced. Pollen grains are sticky. Pollen grains are produced in less quantity. Wind pollinated flowers. They are small and inconspicuous. No nectar or scent is produced. Pollen grains are dry. Pollen grains are produced in large quantity. Draw and label the diagram of in your copy. Parts of flower, cross and self-pollination. Both the diagrams are given here. You can see them and draw in your copy. Thank you children for watching the video.